Trees. Whether we realize it or not, humans and trees have an organic connection with each other. We exhale the carbon dioxide that trees absorb. Trees emit the oxygen that humans need to live. Many cultures, both ancient and modern, have recognized this interdependency. Nearly every pre-industrial people group has had traditions, ceremonies, and medical practices tied to trees. The Japanese, for example, value being among trees so highly that they created a name for the practice of being with them: Shinrin-Yoku, forest bathing. This is the topic of Day 2 of 14 Days of Health and Fitness. For the sake of maintaining mental and physical health, I encourage you to examine the potential of forest bathing to relax your body, calm your nerves, and uplift your spirit. But first, take a moment to remember a special tree from your past, perhaps from your childhood or more recent. If you've been fortunate enough to recall a special tree, think about the things that made it so special. What kind of tree was it? How big was the trunk? Did you play in it? Did you trace the leaves on paper with a crayon? Did someone special plant it? Did it bear fruit, nuts, flowers? I would love to hear about your special tree. Mention it in the comments below. I have several. Forests have a way of bringing us into the present moment. The positive sense of well-being you felt about your special tree can come back to you years later just by the memory of it. Use this time to learn about forest bathing and its many benefits. What are some basic guidelines of Shinrin-Yoku? First, forget guidelines. Use your senses to cultivate your sense of perception and wonder. Slow down and be in the present moment. Try not to analyze or overthink. When you enter the woods, there is no destination. It is not a hike. It is here and now. If you have no forest near you, find a spot where you feel strongly the presence of nature. Some forest bathing sessions won't even get more than a few feet from the starting point. Quietly observe. Do you feel the breeze on your skin? Do you smell the scent of pine? Do you hear the sound of water? What do you see? Is there a tree that draws you in for a closer look? Practice the art of being still in nature, and you will awaken to all it has to offer. Perhaps you will even get an answer to a life question you've been struggling with. Mr. M. Amos Clifford, who wrote a beautiful little book about forest bathing, says this: I am not separate from nature. As a human, I belong not just to human society, but equally to the society of the more than human world. I don't just view its power and beauty from outside, I am of it. End quote. Forest bathing is a remarkable remedy for the stresses of modern life. Our disconnection from nature is one of the tragedies of the modern era. Please, I beg of you, come back to the ancient source of your very being. Respect nature, and she will respect and take care of you. Take from your experience of Shinrin-Yoku only those intangible things the forest freely gives: connection, calmness, union, healing, and wonder. I close with one more quote from Mr. Clifford. Forests do not see humans as separate from them. They seem to long for us to return to our ancestral knowing of them. The trees welcome us and are glad of our returning. End quote. Thank you for listening. I hope that you, on your own, will pursue the topic of forest bathing. Bye-bye.